In this video, I'm going to share 3 budget guns that you can use in Delta Force, Hawk Ops, Tactical, Turmoil. So as you expect in all extraction shooters, there will be times when you are broke and you need to go in with the cheapest gun or build as possible, but still be effective. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing 3 builds with you. The first one is going to be the Bison, and we're going to take a quick look at it. Okay, so what I did is, for this one, you can get a Bison for, I believe it's just the Bison alone is, I believe it's like 9,000 itself. Just the Bison itself, if you look into details, I think you can go to source, it's about 10,000 now. It was 9,000 when I got it, so it's very, very cheap. And the great thing about the Bison is you can find them in raids, you can find them in Zero Dam, as well as the second one, the second map that's in the game. I forget the name of it, but what I did was you need to put a flash hider at a minimum. This way it's a little harder for them to see your gunfire when you're firing, especially if you're going solo. I think it will be better. If you can afford a suppressor, go for that. But if you're really on a low budget, I went ahead with the practical flash hider. So now this goes around for 3,500, and it's super cheap, but it helps you control as well as muzzle concealment, like I said. And I went ahead and added a stock, the practical light stock for this one. It's around 3,500 as well. It's very cheap, but you don't need to. This gun doesn't really need much modification for it to be effective. You just have to add a reflex for it. If you're okay with that, if you want to go with iron sights, that's up to you. But I put on a reflex for this one is about 7,600. So super cheap. What's great about the Bison is the magazine size. It's right now sitting at 32 mag, and if you want to expand it, you can get a 64 mag for just 12,000. But if you're on a budget, the 32 is more than enough to take out any person you run into, especially if they're running they're not running high tier armor sets. Okay, so but this is really good. It's really good for full autoing at range. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how it performs. You know, the recoil needs a little bit of work, but yeah, the recoil and control needs a little bit of work, but it's still good and effective. If you're up close, you can really do some serious damage with this weapon. Okay, so that's my very first one. This one costs in total about let's see here, 22,500. So super cheap. Plus a bonus about this, you can find this in raid a lot. Okay, so that's what makes it great. The next one is going to be the car. Okay, the car 15. So this one, what I did is I went ahead and put the silencer on it. For it's around 6,000. It's very cheap, 6,500. It's very cheap to add this to it, and you can go solo and be silent. Okay, so which is really good. But if you're not solo, it's still hard for them to track you as opposed to going loud. And this gun, it by default I believe it comes with the 20 round mag, so you need to upgrade that to 30 to the 30 round mag. And this one is around 3,500, so that's super cheap. I added a stock as well, a practical light stock, and that's around 3,500. All you need to do is add a reflex to it, and you are good to go, and you will be super effective with this weapon. This is one of the first early game weapons that I really like, and it's very solid of a weapon. So let's check it out. Just have to work on the recoil control as you continue to use it. Continue to add to the modification to help with the control. You can always do that in the future, but just to get you started, you can be quiet and effective at the same time. Okay, so this one will run you about, let's see, where is that? 39,000, just under 40,000 credits, which is not too shabby. All right, so next, the last budget build that I would recommend would be the SG552. And this is also a very capable gun. What I did for this one is I went ahead and added the flash hider. All right, so this one is around 5,000, 5,200 for this one, just to conceal my gunfire. By default, it comes with a 20 round mag, so go ahead and upgrade that just for 3,600. And what I did was to help with the handling, I added a 416 practical rear here, which is about 3,500. Just add a reflex to it and you are good to go. So now let's just see how, as an early game weapon, you can build for cheap. Look at that, solid. You cannot go wrong with this thing. Cannot go. The fire rate is good and it does some, look at that. Look at that, just around 40,000. You can really take out geared guys with this weapon. Really take out geared guys with this weapon. Solid weapon to go into raids with when you're broke, and it will be just as effective as those high tier guns. Okay, so now this one will run you about, let's see here, where is it at? I think it was like 46,000, 46,900 for the entire build. But of course you can add cheaper components, but it's totally up to you to do that. But that is essentially what I wanted to do. I want to give you guys at least some 3 options, just to have an effective weapon when you're getting into raid and you're running a little low on funds. You can use these builds, and share in the comments down below which other builds that you would recommend so that other people can pick them up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and always remember, stay unfazed.